Mike Hunsucker up here from Heartland Bowhunters, right? One of the shows that actually we kind of knocked off for a professional show, I got to tell you. We actually did, believe it or not. We watched these guys and what they're doing with the cameras. They're going to introduce one of the new bows from Bowtech this year, the Carbon Overdrive. They're going to tell you all the tech stuff.
All right, well, thank you guys all for coming out. This is a bow that has kind of been a long time in the making, and it's one that we're really excited about. And it's mainly been driven from people like you out there asking and requesting for this. And actually, there's YouTube videos out there of guys taking the carbon night riser and putting different bow elements on it, trying to make a bow like this. So this is the Carbon Overdrive, and what they did was basically took the carbon night riser and put some of the leading industry technology onto the bow. So now you have the Overdrive binary cam system and the flex guard. And where this bow really stands out than other bows in the market is it shoots 340 feet per second. So this is a bow that, I mean, it's unbelievable how light they've made these bows and how efficient they've gotten. And Sean's going to talk a little bit more about some of the details.
Yeah, I'm just going to go over the specs real quick. It's got a 6.5-inch brace height. It's 31.5-inch axle to axle. Like Mike said, it shoots 342 feet per second. And yeah, it's just, I think it's putting out 89.9 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. It comes in peak weights of 50, 60, and 70 pounds. So it's a Carbon Overdrive.
All right, now Jimmy Burnworth can introduce the big dog.
It's high enough. Wow, what a crowd today. I just want to start off by saying that I am so proud for both of you to be part of the Bowtech family and for Mr. Shockey. I really believe that with these guys on board, we're bringing archery to another level. And people that have never been able to shoot a bow before. This is the 14th year that Bowtech has showed at the ATA show. And over the years, there's been a lot of great bows that have come from this company and the dedicated people that have actually built it. And speed bows, notoriously in the past, we've had a lot of compromises in order for us to be able to shoot them. From the draw force curve, and obviously no matter how fast the bow is, if we can't be efficient and we can't hit our mark, it doesn't really do anything. And so Bowtech went through an entire redesign from the ground up to invent what we call the 360 RPM. And yes, it's 360 feet a second and extremely fast and smooth. And so I'm basically going to start with the backbone, which is the riser design. It's all new, everything from the ground up. They literally have hundreds of man hours in the development of the process to build this bow. Not only the manufacturing process, but the technology as well. So the backbone of the riser is basically a trapezoid, and it's an I-beam riser. And what's really cool about that is, as you can see, the front of the riser is actually thicker than the back of the riser. Because as we start to draw the bow, all of the flex and everything flexes backwards. And in order to handle the horsepower of 360 feet a second, we needed a riser that was extremely strong, that doesn't move. And if we've ever watched any high-speed video, you know, there's a lot of torque and inertia that's actually generated from that speed. And so with the riser design. Next, the limb pocket. This is unlike any limb pocket that we've ever built to be able to stabilize the limb. And we've done a brand new process, not only in the technology portion, but the way that it's actually manufactured. And for the first time, to make it lightweight, we have married and fused together carbon fiber and aluminum in what we call the bridge right here. This is the very first locking limb pocket that we've ever produced and designed. And what's really cool about it is number one, it ties it all together, and it actually takes the shock and the vibration out of the bow as you start to shoot it. Because obviously we're talking about taking away hand torque, which the riser and the limb combination with the limb pocket is actually produced. And lastly, the cam. This is a brand new cam, extremely strong. And what's cool is when we're designing and we're building a cam, it has to be efficient over all the draw lengths. You know, it has to be efficient from the bottom end to the top end. This is the flattest draw force curve without a bump I have ever seen. As you start to look at them and as you see the draw force curve, as it starts to be published throughout the magazines, check it out, because you won't even believe what they've been able to do. And what that means is it's extremely smooth to draw. And as you shoot this bow today, you're going to be blown away that this bow is producing 360 feet a second with a really ultra smooth draw. We've actually changed where the placement of the binary overdrive acts as though it's an axle, like a camshaft in a car, and as it moves during its draw force curve, and we move the placement of that. So for the first time, we can actually change the draw lengths without a bow press, which is also really cool. So, guys, this is 360 feet a second. This is the fastest, smoothest bow that Bowtech has ever produced. And as you pick up this bow today, remember that it's not just a product. It's an entire team of people that are dedicated, that have built a standard that has. This bow is absolutely awesome. It's a pinnacle, but there's a whole bunch of people that worked really hard, and it's not a job for them. It's a lifestyle and something that we truly love. And so I want to encourage all of you to be able to pick up one of these bows today and shoot it and tell all your friends about it, because what they just did is awesome. So, I love ATA, and I love the fact that everybody's standing at the Bowtech booth today. It's really cool. We're going to go ahead and line up here at the bottom. You know, obviously this is the first appearance of this bow into the world, so we're going to go ahead and take some pictures, and I want to just invite everybody. We're all here. By the way, 31 inches axle to axle, it goes to 70 pounds, 6-inch brace height, and 360 feet a second. And I want to see everybody over at the deal. We've got lots of salesmen. We're really excited about the product. We want to tell you about it. So thank you very much for being here this morning.